G'day YouTube, Michael from Be Your Best Self here. This video is our advanced option for the interval training series that I've put together here on YouTube. Now the exercises in this one are very difficult. So if you haven't yet already, check out the intro video that I've posted for this interval training series just to get an idea of what it's about. And then work your way through some of the other options I've got there. So I've got the beginner option and I've got an intermediate option as well. So the beginner option is definitely catered for brand new people to exercise or people that have a hard time doing regular body weight exercises. That's a really good introduction to introduce you to some of the exercises in a scaled back version. So something that you're able to handle. I use a chair in a lot of them just to provide some assistance. So check that out, but if you're ready to rock and you're ready for the advanced exercises, then this is the one for you. So these exercises are tough. So when it comes to our time options, we're looking to keep the work period really short because the exercises are quite intense for this one. So whether you're just doing 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, or you can ramp it up to 15 on and 10 off, so keeping that rest period really short. You can also do 20 on, 10 off, or 20 on, 15 off, but I do warn you against doing too long of work periods with these exercises. But of course, you can take those advanced time options where you're working longer than you're resting, and you can apply them to, say, the exercises in the intermediate option. So the exercises aren't as intense, so you can do them for a little bit longer and then keep those rest periods short so you keep that heart rate elevated. But in this one, the exercises are tough, and so we want to keep those work periods short because it's going to be so intense. Your heart rate's going to be up, your lung capacity is going to be shot. So that's the idea behind that. You can take those advanced time options and apply them to some easier exercises, or you can keep those work and rest periods really short and just punch out these really intense exercises. So what I've done is I've recorded a tutorial for the exercises, so I'll talk you through those. In this one, compared to the others, I'm doing a voiceover for the instruction on the exercises because they're just too hard for me to have a microphone on and talk when I'm doing through them. They're really intense. So we've got things like jumping squats and jumping split lunges, burpees and high knees, clapping push-ups. So all of those really explosive and really intense exercises. So I'll talk you through those as I go, just with a voiceover. And again, as always, you can put together your own little routine with these exercises. So you can group together, say, a series of 5, work through those with your 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off. When you finish the round, give yourself a minute break and then go back in for it again. You can also put together an EMOM, so that stands for every minute on the minute, where you can take, say, 2 or 3 exercises. You might want to do 10 jumping squats, 6 V-ups, okay? And then you can work through those as quickly as you can, rest until the minute starts again, and then you go straight back in. Doing, say, 5 or 6 rounds of that will really get the heart rate up, but you're still really activating those big muscles. So we're working our legs, we're working our core with those exercises. So it's a great way to combine building strength and also working our cardiovascular system. That's what I love about high intensity interval training. Still requires a lot of muscle activation. We're not just walking on a treadmill and oftentimes we're using up some of that muscle. Our body's breaking it down for energy. It's heavy, it's cumbersome when it comes to doing a long period of cardiovascular exercise. So that's why this high intensity is great. We're using our muscles. We need our muscles, so our body spares the muscle and really pulls the fat out, uses that for energy, burns it up, melts it away. That's the idea behind high intensity interval training. So I'm going to take you guys through to my exercise tutorial. I'll go through each exercise and I'll do a detailed voiceover of those for you guys. Thanks for watching. If you've got questions, please leave a comment and I'll be sure to reply to you. Starting off with the spider crawl or Spider-Man crawl, or if you're from Australia, the goanna crawl. This is a really good exercise, a lot harder than it looks. The idea is to stay as low to the ground as possible, bringing those knees right up towards the elbows. So this is working the shoulders and the chest, it's working the hips, it's especially working your core. Really tough exercise, but a great full body exercise to really start off getting your heart rate up nice and high, and a really good one to warm up all those joints as well. Moving into the kick throughs. So here we're just setting up in the plank position on our hands and bringing each foot through to each side. So really trying to open up a bit better than what I'm doing right there. I do a bit better here, bringing that leg right through, turning the body. So really supporting ourselves on that arm that's on the ground, kicking right through as far as we can, keeping that moving, keeping it flowing. Another really good warm up. Going into high knees, so jogging on the spot essentially, but really trying to get those knees up high, really working your core, some of your hip flexors as well obviously, but really trying to get those knees up as high as we can. Really blows out the lungs quicker than you think, this one. Jumping squat, so the idea is to make sure that you are nice and controlled so you can support yourself and exploding up. So obviously I'm a bit of a deep squatter here. You don't necessarily need to go that deep, but you do need to be able to control yourself on the way down and explode on the way up. Excellent for getting the heart rate up. Really, really working those legs hard. Moving into the jumping split lunge. So trying to keep those knees out over the ankle, so keeping the knees out rather than caving in. I put my hands out for balance, I find that a lot easier. This one really trying to, again, control yourself on the way down. You don't want to just smash that knee, so your legs are working hard to control yourself on the way down and then exploding up. So this one we're going into now is similar. This is a jumping walking lunge. But with this one, I just find that there's a little more emphasis on the front leg, and I like to land on that same leg as well, so I can just push straight up, and I'm just taking away that back leg from doing any work. So very front leg focused for the walking jumping lunge. Alright, so here we are moving into the mule kick, or the donkey kick again if you're from Australia. Funny looking exercise, but it is tough. My shoulders are actually quite fried from doing this, but it is good. It works the whole core. You can see that as I get tired, my legs get lower and lower, but you really want to try and kick out at the same level as your body. Moving into clapping push-up, so again, just another explosive movement. I've explained in my other videos about the technique for the push-up. You do want to keep your hands in line with the chest, and you do want to keep your elbows tucked in. That's a much safer position for the shoulders, puts a lot more emphasis on the chest. So again, just exploding up and making sure you're controlling yourself on the way down, and that's where a lot of the strength really comes from with this exercise. Alright, here we've got just a rocking plank, so it's just plank on the next level, really bringing in those obliques and some of your serratus as well, just keeping that plank moving and rocking. Really good addition to just a regular plank, especially for short amount of time. Going into the V-up, so really good core blast to this one. Really working your upper and lower abdominal region. Another tough exercise, and you'll see it gets a bit harder for me as I go and start to fatigue. So you can see this is really good exercise for a short amount of time. Okie doke, here we go. Burpees, everybody's favorite. So again, assuming that push-up position, so hands in line with the chest, tucking those elbows in, and again, really blasting the core as you're bringing those legs up underneath you, especially when you're doing it in a nice fluid motion. So we're not obviously squatting as low with this one, but just exploding up with the legs once they're under us. Excellent, excellent, excellent cardio exercise. There we go, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. If you've got any comments or feedback, be sure to put them down below and I will respond. If you want to know more, check out beyourbestself.fitness. That's my online personal training website. On there you can join the community. You've got access to a host of tutorial videos, workout videos. We've got program templates, okay, on there, and you can hire me as your very own personal trainer. It's incredibly affordable, from as little as $3.50 a week. You can have your own personal trainer, a library of videos, as I mentioned, and then you can communicate with me 24/7. Also got beyourbestself.fitness on Instagram and Be Your Best Self on Facebook. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Look forward to connecting with you soon.